It's not even 8 o'clock yet, so I'm undecided whether I'm going to do a full day of easy keto low carb meals or maybe incorporate some dirty fasting. I'm going to chug 8 ounces of water. It's like ripping a band-aid off, get it over with, then we can go outside and chat for just a second and I'll let you know which way I'm going. Full keto meals or intermittent fasting. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected, because when I opened the back door and stepped out on the porch, I got a punch in the face from Autumn. Whoever is in charge of this weather, you're fired. 52-degree mornings in Tennessee in the middle of summer is unacceptable. It is supposed to climb all the way up to a whopping 70 degrees today at some point. I waited an hour for the fog to lift, which gave me time to make up my mind. Since I'm not really hungry, I'm gonna fast till about 12 or 1. Lunch, dinner, snack, they'll be quick and easy, keto, low carb, and diabetic friendly. Warning, snack and chat may be a little long. I've had 2 doctor's appointments this month, and I want to fill you in on what I found out at those. And I'm going to give an update on Quincy, my Yorkie. Unfortunately, that's not the best news. Now I'm going to run inside and warm up, but you know how this goes. As soon as anything important happens, I'll come back and let you know. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. I recently had a friend tell me she had a healthcare professional suggest dandelion tea as a natural way to detoxify the system. So of course I came straight home and spent days researching dandelion tea, pros, cons, benefits, disadvantages, who could take it, who couldn't. Basically, I was looking into if it could help me out in any way with some of my issues, or if it was going to make my blood sugar a little wonky as a type 1 diabetic. I ended up reading an article on the Cleveland Clinic's website that convinced me it was worth giving a shot. I'll have the article linked in the description box for you, along with the tea that I ended up buying. Some of the benefits were: reduces inflammation, aids in digestion, it's a diuretic, it also helps the liver detoxify your system better, contains high amounts of antioxidants. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that was easy to find. It wasn't at any of my local grocery stores or even Walmart, so I did go on Amazon and search quite a few different ones. I wanted to get something that was organic and it wasn't that expensive. On the box, on Amazon and the Cleveland Clinic website, there was quite a few warnings. This is serious stuff and not to be taken lightly. It even suggests consulting your healthcare professional before trying it out, which I did. And that's why I'm taking it slowly. I'm only going to incorporate this into my routine about once a week, see if it does anything over the next day or two, and then maybe once or twice a week, like every 3 or 4 days. If you are a dandelion tea expert, you have any experience with it and suggestions, please feel free to let us know those in the comments, because I'm just now starting. I'm just going to sit here and sip on it because it's a good morning for a hot tea. It's 12:30 and I'm starting to get a little hungry. I've only had dandelion tea and ice water so far. I drizzled some avocado oil in a pan and cut up an entire zucchini. I had a package of brine smoky hollow Cajun sausage in the freezer. I let it thaw in the fridge overnight and I'm just going to cut it up and add it to the pan with zucchini. Then I sprinkled on some pink salt and Flavor God everything spicy seasoning. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, no fillers, gluten-free, and non-GMO. The ingredients are just the seasonings and the spices. It's clean enough that Chris is even using it on the 10-day detox. Flavor God has tons to choose from. They've provided a discount code. I'll have the link in the description box. Just type in Kristi Davis at checkout and save money when you order. I just cook it long enough to get the zucchini tender. Really quick and easy meal, and it was done in less than 8 minutes. And now I'm gonna splurge a little bit with my drink. I'm having a diet, caffeine-free Faygo grape. Good and bad news for the snack and chat today. Good news, It's finally warmed up to 70 degrees, which makes it the perfect weather to come out here and sit and do a little chit chat. The bad news, it's finally warmed up to 70 degrees, and the cicadas feel like that is the perfect opportunity for them to emerge and scream their lungs out. Am I the only one that has an issue with noises? This is just a recent thing, like within the last 2 years, but noises, I'm just not a fan of loud noises anymore. Anyways, back on track, Kristi. Stay focused. What will I be having during the sip and snack and chat? Well, I'm going to be sipping on some ice water. And I'll be snacking on a few Jack Link's beef sticks. No nitrates or nitrites, gluten-free, 2 pieces, has 11 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein, and only 1 carb. I figured out a little hack. If I eat something a little higher in fat and protein before I eat something sweet, it helps reduce my blood sugar spike. So that's why I'm having 2 of the beef sticks. Now for my sweet treat, I'm having a ratio keto-friendly chocolate chunk cookie. It's going to have 11 total carbs, but only 2 net carbs. On to the chat so we can catch up on everything that's happened since last time we did this. First up, and this is for those of you that enjoy when my husband Chris makes a guest appearance. You're in luck because he's coming home for Labor Day weekend. I'm thinking of what I ate in a day while on a detox video. That way he can share his meals plus update all of us on his progress over the past 2 months. If you have any questions about it, make sure you put them down in the comments so he can answer them during the snack and chat. This will be linked in the description box just in case anybody wants to pick up a copy. Speaking of Chris, you know he loves his keto chow. Well, they released a new limited edition flavor this week, banana bread. It's available in single packs and my discount link is in the description box in case you need to pick up a few. The month of August has been full of doctor's appointments. I exaggerate, I only had 2. I just don't like making appointments because it's too much of a commitment for me. So, one was with my hematologist about my iron levels, and the other was with my endocrinologist, aka my diabetes doc. My hematologist wanted me to come in for some blood work. Long story short, I think I say that in every video. I've had iron deficiency anemia my entire life. It got really bad in 2007 and I started having iron infusions. I had lab work in April and it showed levels were dangerously low. The iron infusions started back up again. I ended up having 8 of those and we just needed to check my numbers to see where I stand. Thankfully, my iron, my saturation, my ferritin, and my hemoglobin had all came up to the low end of normal. We came up with a plan, which hopefully I'll be able to stick to. And that is for me to come in every 4 weeks, get lab work done, check my numbers, and as soon as anything starts to decline, back to the office for iron infusions. Now, here's the bad part of that. I was desperately clinging to the assumption that the brain fog I had been suffering from was due to the anemia. Now that I'm no longer anemic and the brain fog is still squirreling around in this old noggin of mine, I gotta figure something else out. Which brings me to my appointment with the endocrinologist. Although it was only my yearly routine visit for prescription refills, insulin pump, and continuous glucose monitor. It was actually my first trip back since starting the Omnipod insulin pump 8 months ago. Another long story short, he had officially diagnosed me as a type 1 diabetic in October of 2021. My health steadily declined. The problem was I was not made to take insulin. I'm extremely sensitive, so the smallest amount would cause me to plummet blood sugar wise, and as soon as I ate anything, my blood sugar would go straight up and I felt horrible all the time. June 2023, just last summer, was pretty much the final straw when I had to come to grips with the fact that I was going to have to go on an insulin pump because my blood sugar dropped so fast and so low, I was found unconscious and the paramedics were called. Briley, my youngest child, who was 14 at the time, found me, and she is traumatized. And at that next appointment, my endocrinologist pretty much insisted that I go on a pump because it can give me micro doses of insulin. He was positive that it was going to make a huge difference, and he was right. I was still having blood sugar lows at night, and I don't think I've slept a full night since my diagnosis. Fast forward to my latest appointment. He prints out the past 3 months and he comes in, goes over the information with me, says, "Good news, your A1C is 6.2. That's great for someone with type 1 diabetes. But what I want to know is, who's helping you with that OCD?" I don't have OCD, but I do have control issues. Well, not really control issues. I have issues with myself. I feel like I have to be perfect, that I have to do everything a certain way. It's all or nothing with me. So I asked him, "Excuse me, sir, what exactly do you mean by that?" And he said, "By the printouts and all the information over the past 3 months, it shows that I'm doing the majority of the work and I'm not letting the Omnipod insulin pump do as much as it could." He also said I had my numbers, blood sugar, carb ratio, all of that, way too low. I had it set to stay around 110. He said I had my settings off and demanded that I hand over my phone, pull up the app for Omnipod, and he went in and changed everything. My endocrinologist is blunt, not one of those doctors with this amazing bedside manner who just makes you feel comfortable. He says what you need to hear, whether you want to or not. So he told me to stop being perfect, to lighten up a little bit, and focus more on time in range instead of my blood sugar. And I was hesitant, but I listened because, he's the doctor. He's the professional. He's the one who's been educated on diabetes. Ever since he changed things up, I've not had a single blood sugar low during the night, and I'm getting some sleep. Physically, I feel a lot better, but mentally, nope, not helped at all. My very own list of possibilities, the causes of this brain fog, it's long. So I just need to figure out which one I'm going to set my sights on next and tackle. I know the one I should go after, the one that's right in front of me, the one that Chris has already started. Now that I'm no longer having those blood sugar lows at night, I have no excuses other than my very own little fear of failure. Right now, at this very moment, the plan is to start when Chris gets home Labor Day weekend, because he's already following it. He can keep me on track, encourage me, be my support system, and guide me down the correct path of making sure I get it right. Okay, for the hard part of the chats and what I don't want to talk about, so I'm going to make it as quick as possible, because if I don't, I'm going to be a blubbering, crying disaster of a mess, and I don't want that. Nope. I want to update you all on my 7-year-old Yorkie, Quincy. Just out of nowhere, he started having issues urinating. I took him to the vet, and he was diagnosed with kidney and bladder stones. This summer, he's had 2 surgeries already to remove those because he couldn't pass them. Those were sent off to the lab, and it came back that it's a hereditary issue. This isn't stones that can be controlled through diet or even medication. A month after his last surgery, the stones are back. Right now, we're just monitoring him. He is on an anti-inflammatory, but he's just a little old fella. I mean, it's not going to be possible for him to go through a monthly surgery and have those removed. If you could keep him in your thoughts and prayers, it would be much appreciated. I'm going to stop the chat now because it's already way longer than I wanted, and I'm going to go in the house and check on him, see how he's doing. I'm not having dinner tonight. I'm having Brenner, breakfast for dinner. I'm using Southwestern style egg beaters to make an omelet. Heated up a pan, added a little olive oil, and then I poured in about a third of the container. Some pink salt, mozzarella cheese, and then I let it cook on low while that melts. I've been eating a lot of egg beaters lately. The discount grocery store in my area has been selling the cartons for $1.49. I heated up some sausage and Canadian bacon. My hands down favorite sausage, Great Value brand at Walmart. I made my 90-second keto bread recipe, toasted that up, and topped it with butter. I'll have that video up in the cards for you and down in the description box. I poured a glass of 0 sugar mango punch, only 1 carb. And that is my breakfast I'm having for dinner tonight. Can you tell I'm starving? It's getting late, so I'm gonna go for now. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell before you leave. That way, as soon as I upload, you'll be alerted. I hope y'all are having an amazing summer, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully, next time Chris will be here with me. Thanks for watching, and I love you guys. Bye.